Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are on a fantastic. What day are we on Monday? Hopefully, everyone is doing well. Hopefully, everyone's on a fantastic night. But of course, as you can see by the thumbnail and the title, it has been officially confirmed that Arne Slot will be the new Liverpool head coach. Of course, I was about to say manager, but he has been announced to be the official head coach of Liverpool Football Club from next season onwards. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below as well, and all that good stuff. As I'm quickly just moving something out of the way. There we go. There we go. You would think I'd be a bit more prepared, wouldn't you? To be fair, but again, never am in these situations. But hopefully everyone is doing well as well. We will have guests on. Again, I was joking. I don't know whether if you were being jokeful, McKendo, but I will get you guys on as well. I'm trying to get my bloody earphones and my bloody laptop, which would be great if we could do that. Anyway, let me quickly send the boys the links, and then I will obviously then get to you guys as well, because again, Arne Slot is the new Liverpool coach for next season. We knew it was going to happen, but look, at the end of the day, it's now been official. It is now confirmed. It's a good thing. It is a really, really good thing, and now we can move on. Obviously, yesterday was emotional with the Jurgen Klopp era now ending, and now having, it's official that Jurgen Klopp, is no longer the Liverpool manager. It's weird saying that, but again, the new era in Arne Slot. It's a very, very, very big moment in Liverpool's history as well. McKendo, I don't know if you can send that to Ricky. Why is that not working? There we go. It did. Mac, if you can send that to Kev as well, be appreciated as well. But let me quickly, I will quickly get to John's comment as well. Apologies, chat. This is what happens, see, when I say, does anyone want to come on the show? And everyone's like, no, we don't. But then people do. So I'm trying to get my headphones stuck into my bloody laptop. Hang on a minute, chat. Let me quickly get Arne Slot back up for you guys. What a start to the show this is anyway. So I can quickly get my earphones into my laptop, so then you guys can hear me and other people can hear me as well. Anyway, but again, let me know your guys' thoughts on Arne Slot being announced as the new Liverpool manager, or head coach, I should say. Of course, a bit different to manager, but there we go. Quickly sort that out. Put that back. There we go. Should be all good to go. There we go. But quickly get our screen. There we go. You can see me. Great. It would be a lot better if I could, do that a bit earlier. But yeah, no, look, Arne Slot is the new Liverpool head coach. We'll quickly get up, of course, the article piece on Liverpool, obviously.com. As you can see on screen right now, saying that Arne Slot to become Liverpool FC's new head coach. Liverpool Football Club can announce Arne Slot has agreed a deal to become the new Liverpool head coach. Obviously, new head coach, formally taking up the position on the June 1st, subject to work permit, of course. It says the 45-year-old will join the Reds from Feyenoord ahead of the 24-25 season after a deal was reached with the Eredivisie club for his services. Slot will replace Jurgen Klopp at the helm following his decision to step down from his post at the end of the current campaign. The Netherlands-born coach will arrive after 3 highly successful seasons with Feyenoord, during which he led them to a league title in 2023 and named Eredivisie Manager of the Year on 2 occasions. More recently, he helped Rotterdam, obviously the Rotterdam club, to victory in April after they defeated, again, I'm not going to put anyone's names in the final. Prior to the move to Feyenoord, Slot had held the position of AZ Alkmaar ahead of head coach, and he had led them to a second place in the table, trailing leaders Ajax only on goal difference when the Dutch season was cancelled due to COVID in obviously the 1920 season. A very successful season for Liverpool that year. But it does go on to say he will now soon become the first head coach of Liverpool FC from the Netherlands in his first pre-season in charge of the squad, set to go underway in July as well. Big news then, chat, of course. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Again, nothing yet from Arne Slot in terms of official wording from him either. And we'll get into of course, the little tiny pieces anyway of, again, the contracts and all that stuff. Anyway, Jack, if you're ready, let me know when you are ready as well. Put the thumbs up. But again, look, it's one of these moves that we knew was going to happen. Why are you smirking as well in the green room? What are you doing? I'll put you on stream. Right, there we go. I'm going to put you on stream anyway. There you go, you little rat. But I'm good. How are you feeling with the Arne Slot news?
Yeah, made up. It's got the official announcement, mate. Obviously, you probably don't know if you've probably already gone with it. The 1st of June. Obviously, he does commence work at Liverpool. It's only around the corner anyway, Mason. It's a new era, a new dawn for Liverpool under obviously the first Dutch manager. Going to be forever, ever for Liverpool. So it's exciting times, especially the history that Dutch managers have in world football anyway, and hopefully he can do extremely well. But yeah, I made up, mate. Obviously, what this means for certain other players as well. If we bring new players in, which we're all anticipating, mate. But yeah, as Jürgen said yesterday, just get behind this man, even from the get-go as well. He's a fan, so Jürgen Klopp's era. We were all crying yesterday, but life moves on, as Jürgen said. So, I'm looking forward to it, mate.
Yeah, no, 100%, and obviously everyone's wondering what the new era will look like for Liverpool. I think it's in a very exciting time. Again, a sad time because again we've had very successful years under Jürgen, and I think any other circumstances or any other club, I think again looking at it would be a very difficult time to move on. But I think with this Liverpool squad the way it is, and I think the way we've modelled it, certainly behind the scenes, obviously having Michael Edwards back at the football club, Richard Hughes, obviously the Julian Ward coming back as well. The behind the scenes, the structure is a lot more stable than what people may think on the outside world. I know on the Liverpool world that everyone will be thinking that Liverpool can go on and achieve success even more in the future. But if you're not a part of the football club, you may go, Jürgen going, Liverpool may dip now, but I really don't think that will be the case. I don't know if you have the same opinion as well.
Yeah, no, there's enough quality in that squad, mate. Obviously, especially the Dutch contingent. Obviously, they will play a massive part anyway in terms of that. But in terms of obviously Arne Slot coming in, and of course, his backroom staff obviously got I think he's more or less got every single one of them as well. So that's a good positive. Obviously, I think the felt that there was a lot of talk the last couple of weeks, obviously ironing out details as well. But it's good to see he's not going to be with the Dutch national side as well, the assistant. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. With all changes, whatever football club, change sometimes good, and sometimes I'm going with that. It will be a good thing for Liverpool. I think for the foundations and what just Jürgen Klopp. Yes, the trophies speak for themselves under Jürgen, but in terms of bringing us back up to where we wanted to be as a fan base pre-Jürgen Klopp, we were. He set the road. He set the foundations really for the next. Not obviously Arne Slot. Hopefully he's here for the next 10 years, and he's been extremely successful as well. But every time will tell, and I'm looking forward to it, mate. But yeah, the work Jürgen has done is instrumental, and hopefully Arne Slot can obviously come in and hopefully double that, triple it, and the success. But I'm excited, mate. I think. I was speaking to one of the lads that I know in terms of my channel. He's already replied this evening to my video. He's a PSV supporter, Swat, my good mate, and he gave his insight from his point of view, saying that it was just you're going to be a budget Manchester City. Is that going to be good? Probably yes, because you know exactly what we're going to get from our owners. Our model isn't going to change as much as that disgruntles me. It disgruntles a lot of us, but it's we are playing within the correct books, really. As Jürgen said on the presentation yesterday, he done what he could. played within the right corridors, really, in terms of what he had financially spending. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. It might take a couple of time, and of course it will come. It will take time, but I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Again, what he's done, for me, I think he's gone very under the radar. And again, it's probably easier for us to say this now because he is the new Liverpool manager or head coach. But I think when you do look at him in a more detailed way, he, based on everything in terms of, again, the way we play, the style of play, the players we have, he's very much the correct candidate for that. If anyone hasn't seen, we'll get into obviously what Joyce has said and so on. We're on the list for Liverpool. If it wasn't going to be Arne Slot, of course, obviously this come from the Athletic, saying that Ernesto Valverde and Spalletti had warmer serious contenders for the Liverpool job. Now, I don't know about you, Jack or Max. Sorry, for me, I don't like those options. Of course, it's all ifs and buts now, but
you never know. Football is very strange. Football is a very strange old game. Sometimes when you bring in the household name, it doesn't work out. Look at Manchester United. They've had numerous. Look at Tottenham as well, bringing in title-winning managers. It's just about all circumstantial, really. The right puzzle coulda for Spalletti on another planet, another universe as well. We did appoint him, but yeah, they certainly are looking at something early in terms of the data, guys. We know how in terms of modern football now everything's data driven as well, but I think we put the stats aside. I think when you look at it, the job in which Arne Slot has done, as you alluded to, stylistically, very aligned in certain aspects of his management, not in every aspect to Jurgen Klopp, but I think that helps with the transition. I think, obviously, Arne Slot is not renowned for a 4-4-2 defensive low block and being difficult to beat. You know exactly what we're going to get. And if it's a bit more of a Pep Guardiola style football, we've seen how successful that has been in the Premier League, and more possession based, especially. You beg to differ, really, Connor and chat. Obviously, the change from last year in terms of that more control within games. Hopefully, that from a defensive structural point of view, Liverpool become a bit more defensive minded, where the players actually understand a bit more under Arne Slot. Obviously, this is what he's being brought into, but that's up to Arne to really solidify that back line and become a bit more difficult to break down in certain aspects of our game.
Yeah, 100%. I think as Jonas said, but what do you think Arne Slot's top 3 priorities are when he starts a job? I think the number 1 priority, as you mentioned, Mark, is defensively. I think Liverpool, this season we've very much transitioned into a team that we want to control games of football. We've done that in parts this season. It hasn't been a consistent way of playing, and we haven't been at the best. Liverpool haven't been at our best playing that way either at times this season. But for me, the number 1 priority is getting more clean sheets on the board for next season for Liverpool. Again, I think yesterday was the first clean sheet we'd had at Anfield, I think, since November in the Premier League, and that needs to change if we want to go on to win Premier Leagues and even challenge for a Champions League in the near future.
Yeah, defensively, the added saying within football, defenses win your titles, and they certainly do. Having a strong foundation at the back makes life a lot more easier. Obviously, especially considering when you analyse the season which Liverpool have just had, we'd score 1 or 2. Obviously, but we'd miss some big gilt edge opportunities within games, and especially if we're not keeping clean sheets at the back, conceding first. Hopefully that's, for me, if I'm Arne Slot, if we had a little word with him, I'd say, please, can we just identify that main issue, stop conceding first, and actually control games a bit more, and have a lot more concentration in the first 20 to 30 minutes of games, because Because of whoever is the manager or whatnot, like you can't be doing that. Whatever team you are in European football, it just makes a mountain. It was a mountain to climb really for Jurgen Klopp this season, and he, not just him, but in terms of the players themselves, need to concentrate a lot more, need to contribute a lot more as well. Some players in that team, with a new manager coming in, will be playing for new contracts in the next 2 to 3 seasons as well. So. Arne will have a very good idea. Obviously, his technical team have probably already for months since Jurgen announced that. I'm pretty sure as much as people link other managers with Liverpool, I think this week and this announcement's probably been in this pipeline for a very long time anyway. It's just that it's been filtered through to the press over the last couple of months anyway. But yeah, Arne's fated lads at the back and his technical staff will know exactly what they need coming into this new window. As soon as that window opens, I'm hoping we do see a bit more of reinforcements, as you alluded to, defensively as well. But yeah, it's exciting. And don't get me started on that nonsense that haven't been on social media much today, mate. But obviously the people over analysing Darwin Nunez's celebration. It's. Being on,
I wasn't going to bring it up, but like people have gone on about it. It's
we live in a world now where everything is overanalyzed in terms of whether that be media clips, a certain freeze frame of an image or whatnot. Everything's taken completely out of context. Of course, Darwin will be absolutely disappointed, like all of us, that Jurgen Klopp, the manager that wanted to bring him into the football club. Like any man, if you get on with a manager in your job or whatnot and he's leaving, then you'll be disappointed. Yes, I agree, it doesn't look good, but at the end of the day, let's get behind Darwin Nunez even more. Exactly what Jurgen Klopp said this season. He's a good lad. He will come good. But I just live in a world now where everything's overanalyzed and taken completely out of context, really. But Darwin, me and Con, and the vast majority of Liverpool fans out there, and as I said, we'll get behind it. We'll keep on going, lads. But if he is to go, if he's staying or whatnot, regardless, we just want the best for Darwin and we want the best for the club as well. So it's always well and good.
Well, actually, I'll actually bring up the piece from Paul Joyce, obviously saying that Arne Slot has agreed the 3-year deal at Liverpool. One of his tasks will be, of course, improving Darwin Nunez. But one thing supposedly, Arne Slot was very intrigued by was having Darwin Nunez in his team. And again, there's other people as well that I think there's been attached to it. I think the likes of Dom and Ibu. I think they too that have also been linked with that as well. And look, we don't know how Arne Slot will improve certain individual players. Again, he may be able to get the best out of Darwin Nunez. He may be able to get Darwin Nunez to a 40, 50 goal striker. We never know. But that's the best thing about it. And when you hear about stories about Arne Slot in Holland, again, everyone in Holland has a very high opinion of him. Again, taking AZ Alkmaar to practically a league title before COVID happens, winning the league and finals again, even this season, improving yet again. It was only a fantastic season from PSV that has stopped Feyenoord from winning
back-to-back season right away as well. A record-breaking Dutch league campaign for them.
Yeah, so it goes to show that we've got a very good, capable manager coming in. For him, for Jurgen as well. And you know what? When Jurgen did announce that he was going to be leaving in November, or in January, I should say. Obviously, we knew now that he wanted to leave in November. But even in January, I felt a bit worried for the future. But I think I don't know how you feel as well, Mac. For me, I'm very excited for the future and how this squad's going to develop, because I really think Liverpool have a very exciting group of players that can, with a few adjustments, as John has said, but we definitely need a top tier defensive midfielder. I would agree with that as well. If we did get that into this Liverpool side, I do think that Liverpool could go on to challenge again under Arne. But it's more than one position, isn't it, that I think Liverpool need in the summer?
Yeah, it's and obviously me, Con, and especially viewers of my channel. quality of Szoboszlai as well. He's a phenomenal footballer. But I think, as is with Arne Slot, you see, as you allude to, Con, obviously the players in which he has brought in a crazy amount to Feyenoord, in his first season, and he hit the ground running, really. I doubt that'd be the case with Liverpool, because obviously there's already fundamentally a lot of quality. The list is endless, but our starting 11 is probably one of the best in Europe if they're all fully firing. I think with Nunez, we've got one of the most exciting strikers in world football, because I tell you what, if he's got similar contributions to the likes of Jude Bellingham and Vinicius Jr. as well, in terms of his output this season, in terms of statistically speaking. So I think if Darwin Nunez was playing for another club in Europe and he'd done those numbers, I think a lot of clubs around European football would be taking a notice, really, and they'd be jumping at the bit to get him. But that's the main thing, I think, with Arne Slot or whoever was coming in to Liverpool. We had far too many underperforming players this season. Obviously, we finished third. It was a great season, but I think for where we want to be, we've got Mohamed Salah, the best right winger in world football at this moment in time, has been for the last 6 seasons. Virgil van Dijk, he's not getting any younger. The best centre half in world football when he's playing at his pomp. Alisson Becker, the best goalkeeper in world football. I know rival fans go, "Oh, you say you've got the best players in every position," but let's not forget Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk, Robinson has been, and barring disappointing 6 months over the last 12 months, he has been the most consistent and best left back in world football, and I still think he can do that. But it'll be interesting to see how Arne Slot does implement that. McAllister, he speaks for himself just off the back of winning a World Cup and obviously having a breakout season in this Liverpool side. Obviously, he was playing amazing for Brighton, but I think his game has gone twofold up really in this Liverpool side. So, yeah, it's exciting, mate. I'm no surprise that Arne Slot was biting at the bit, really, to be and wanting. Obviously, I'm pretty sure you'll go through a couple of his comments as well, mate. But yeah, it was, as he said, it was too good of an opportunity to turn down one of the biggest clubs in Europe, as it was with Jürgen when he took over all those years ago. So yeah, I'm just made up that he's got the bottle to manage Liverpool, and fair play to him. I think any manager out there that is willing to take this Liverpool job on deserves all the admiration, to say the least.
Yeah, no, 100%. And we've seen plenty of managers this summer, kind of, when Jurgen did announce he was going to be leaving, there was a load of managers that straight away, pulled their names out of the hat in that aspect. And look, as you said, the last couple of weeks, he's, kind of failed to contain himself in saying that, again, he's not going to, again, I'm going to be the next Liverpool manager. But I like that. I like the fact he's eager to take the job and eager to, even for next season. Again, he wanted to be respectful towards Feyenoord, and that's again, that's 100% right for both Liverpool and Feyenoord. But seeing their reaction, you mentioned in terms of a Feyenoord supporter on your channel, the overall feeling of Feyenoord supporters he will be a huge miss for them, and that is something that, again, just on the playing side of it, I think away from that, just the person itself, again, we're going to have a character as a Liverpool manager again. It's not going to be it's not copy and paste. Of course, you can never replicate Jurgen Klopp. You can't. But Arne Slot is his own man. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a big personality, mate. But I think it shows, as I said before, like it's Liverpool job is one of the most difficult jobs in world football. I'd say it's a more like pre-Jurgen Klopp. I think it was such a more difficult job than what currently lies await at Manchester United down the motorway. So that in itself is a difficult job. But in terms of the demands, bloody hell, we do channels as well. Every Liverpool fan demands. But I think the one thing is we will take stock in the next 2-3 years. We know the sensible Liverpool fans out there. I don't know if I fall into that bracket, but make your own mind up. But it will take time, and it's not going to be instant like performance buzz Like it's going to take a couple of transfer windows to get the right players in and out as well. But yeah, especially the stronghold in which Dutch football has. I know everyone pinpoints obviously the demise of that great Ajax side from a couple of seasons ago. Of course, when you lose all those quality players that he did, there was going to be a dip anyway in performance level. But yeah, to break that dominance in Dutch football, that says it's similar to obviously what's happening at this moment in time in England. Anyway, Jurgen broke the dominance, not just in England in terms of Manchester City's dominance over the last 5-6 year period, but of course in German football as well with Borussia Dortmund. So yeah, and this is where statistics go out the window really. Until you see the man in the dugout, till you see his team performing to a maximum level, you can never judge how it's going to go. But yeah, I think there'll be a lot of rival fans out there that will be pleasantly surprised. I think they're just begging for Arne Slot to be the next Erik ten Hag. But what ten Hag walked into at Manchester United, that is an impossible job in itself, the way in which they're run. But in terms of every department of Liverpool, Con and chat, it's looking really positive. We are in such a positive way as a football club.
Yeah, no, 100%. And behind the scenes, Liverpool have got the best in quality. Again, that might not have been the case, mind, if Michael Edwards and co hadn't been back. But again, that we criticise the FSG, when they rightfully get things wrong. And we should praise them when they get things right, and being able to convince Edwards back to begin with is a huge step. Then having his team back in terms of Ward's, Julian Ward's back, obviously close friend in terms of Richard Hughes. Everyone seems to be going in a direction instead of there being split in that regards as well. And as we've known for the last 10-15 years, data-driven, data's been such a big thing for Liverpool over the last, especially under Jurgen Klopp, and even going into the future. And Liverpool are continuing that model. We're not going away from that, which is a big step as well.
And the main thing is, I think you mentioned it before, it's Obi Shokon, as we know. Obviously, the announcement, he's a head coach now. Obviously, that's where a lot of the publications, obviously, the good journalists out there in Liverpool as well, stating that it is head coach. That pinpoints to what you just said there in terms of the hierarchy at the football club. We have got some of the best people, footballing operators in the business at Liverpool. So, and the main thing is recruitment. Whether for every single football club, whether you're Real Madrid, your Brightons, whoever, the recruitment process is extremely important. Especially we live in a footballing world where we see average players going for the likes of 50, 70, 80 million pounds. It's very rare that you do see value for money really in the modern market, but it's exciting, mate. And the main thing is, I'm hoping that Arne Slot, he's one of those managers that, and time will tell, but if there's any Feyenoord fans, let us know in terms of the just developing players. I want to be seeing the likes of Harvey Elliott. He's such a talent already, getting that goal at the end of the season as well. Parting gift for Jurgen Klopp's men anyway. But you look at the Conor Bradley, the Quanses, Harvey Elliott, as much as the modern day fan for every football club, and even obviously me doing YouTube as well, I've come to the realization after all these years, over the last couple of years, is we're never going to be signing those 100 million, 80 Mbappe's. We're just not going to do that. We know exactly what FSG are going to be doing. They're going to be doing things the right way and the correct way in terms of football and operations. I'd much rather Liverpool signed 5, 25, 30 million pound players than one player for 150 and then just pray that he just carries the whole team, because it'd be disastrous. It's silly transfers like that. It would be a silly policy, mate. But
the one thing I would say now, though, as well, is because Edwards is back at the football club, there won't now be a sense of like the midfield situation where Liverpool hold off for so many years off of not changing things. And I think once there is for example, like Jordan Henderson situation where I think, if the club goes, shouldn't be really offering him a contract, that won't happen anymore. And it's the same with centre halves. We've heard for the last couple of months that Liverpool are looking for centre halves this summer. Again, it's why the whole reason why Joel Matip wasn't given a new deal.
Yeah, but that goes to point and show, mate. Obviously, Jurgen, I think, come out this week that there was reports saying that Jurgen Klopp wanted, was it Matip to get a new contract?
Yeah.
And obviously the last couple of seasons as well. I remember doing our videos about Henderson, and I was in that bracket of wanting to give Henderson a new contract. How wrong I was. Obviously on the notion of what he's done for the football club, but in terms of the way in which his career trajectory did take a couple of steps down anyway, and he wasn't the player that we used to love and know anyway. But it's certainly Edwards, and I think Jurgen Klopp probably had enough last year when he was saying, "Oh, can we give this player X?" And the club were just like, "No, Jurgen, we're not going to be doing that." And it was the right thing that that the football club were not giving out big contracts for players in terms of the data department are saying right there on the downward trend in terms of their fitness, the form as well. We've got to look to either a couple of young players coming in or obviously develop from within. Because what's the whole point of spending 50 billion on a state-of-the-art training facility for the academy players if you're not going to start promoting the youth as well? It just makes no sense.
No, it doesn't, 100%. But obviously, it will be a big summer for Liverpool. Of course, plenty of shows to talk about that. Anyway, big up Geordie, saying "How are the lads?" Big up as well, Geordie. Yeah, of course, you're hoping that Manchester City win the FA Cup, so you get Europe this season as well. But there is Arne Slot, a Mourinho kind of coach, or like a Pep. I would say personally a Pep more.
Yeah. More of a Pep. I had a PSV fan on my comment video on in the comment section today, just saying he was more or less a Pep Guardiola style coach. Even if he gets 2 or 3 of those Premier League titles, we'll love him to bits anyway. But he's got big feels. I'm not saying comparing him anyway, but stylistically, he likes to control the game and play football through the lines as well. So looking forward to it.
Eric Ten Hag 2.0, Jack. Yeah,
no chance.
No
chance.
To be fair, if you ask Dutch people about Ten Hag and you ask Dutch people about Arne Slot, a lot of them will reject the thought that both of them could be in the same sentence. I was watching. Go on.
I was going to say, it's just mad when you think about Dutch football and how much it's given to the world of football. Like, say, Johan Cruyff, the Bergkamps, the great Ajax side winning Champions Leagues as well. The list is endless. The quality and how much of an importance they have played in terms of football, and even the Johan Cruyff in terms of that early Liverpool side as well in the 60s and 70s, how much that was impacted as well. So it's looking forward to it, mate. And I just find it a bit mad and amazing that it's another manager that has come from obviously a club that sings "You'll Never Walk Alone" as well. So,
bit of a trend there, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, a bit of a trend, really. I don't know if that's something they put on the CV or whatnot, but I think that goes to show the connection as well. You have to be a certain type of manager as well, having a connection. That's certainly, especially how much we've loved Jurgen, and hopefully that is quite clearly there's that connection already, judging from all the documentaries and the great reactions you've seen from Feyenoord. They're disappointed, but it just goes to show, as Jurgen said, it's not how you start, but in terms of how you leave. His very first press conference, it's most important everyone's views on how you leave the football club, whether it's good or bad. That's the most important factor for him.
Yeah, 100%. Big up to Doug as well, saying, "Hi lads, time for Slot to slot in." Thank you, Doug, for the dad jokes. But slotted into place, yes. Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, and like you say, it's. I'm not expecting Liverpool to be getting 90 odd points at the start. I don't think anyone would be. If you are thinking that,
top 4 is the aim, mate.
Yeah,
and I'm not going to do my prediction at the beginning of the year and go, let's expect Liverpool to win the league, because that's silly.
Yeah.
For me, I say get top 4, get stable, get his philosophy stamped into this squad, get 1 or 2 players in, ideally a bit more, especially how it goes. But as I said, that there's quality within this squad, and we're not a million miles away We, especially even if City do have one of those seasons next year, most important thing for all of us is Liverpool need to be in contention. But for me, top 4 is the minimum requirements, because let's not forget, it was, as Klopp said yesterday, Liverpool hadn't been in the top 4 for 6-7 years before, like consistently, really.
It was 1 year and 7, wasn't it?
Yeah, that, like, for a club like Liverpool, that's disappointing. And everyone goes, "Oh, it's not that we're celebrating 4th; it's what it does." It's why I don't get the notion of Tottenham as well. It wasn't just a case of, "Oh, you're stopping Arsenal winning the league." It was a case of what it does. Champions League revenue, like, it's so important for every football club in the Premier League. Now you look at the good business Aston Villa will do in the summer. They can attract so much more better quality to their club, similar with Liverpool as well, going to the season.
I think because like yesterday, even yesterday, you look at Villa got battered 5-0 by Palace. That could have been a different, a different situation if they beat Manchester City in that sense. But
that's what I don't get, Con. And I get Tottenham. I get where some Tottenham fans are coming from, but just folks, prioritize yourselves. It's like, they did, Tony. Sorry, there, loud. Just seeing your comment.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, there's a couple of Tony. Have a little look tonight, mate, on YouTube. There's a couple of them that were translated as well. Especially the Feyenoord do have an English account on their X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. So check it out, mate. It's good. It's very good. Good reading.
They did have a party last night, similar to obviously Jurgen as well. Like, because what I do find interesting, again, obviously the Liverpool article that we read at the start, there's no actual words from Arne Slot yet about the move.
Well, he starts on the first. He starts on the first. So,
but to be fair, you normally would see maybe like a little like one line situation around there. Again, probably Arnie's like, right, they haven't announced it yet. Quickly goes on his phone, everyone's congratulating him. That's what they probably did. Because it is such a weird time that obviously it did get announced yesterday, thanks to Jurgen in his speech. But
no one was throwing at Jurgen then, because he broke the news.
I've seen people saying it's been disrespectful. Shut up!
It's
like
not.
It's the worst kept secret in football. Everyone knows Arne Slot.
Jurgen Klopp's a fan now. He was bursting out. He could even starting a chance. He's like, I think even seen Feyenoord fans yesterday go, "Why didn't we think about that chance?" Because even Feyenoord fans were like, "Good chance, that."
But no, I think he will. I think he will have a successful time at Liverpool. Again, as Mac mentioned earlier, in terms of again what we expect for him next season. For me, the main thing would be progression. Progression is the big thing for Liverpool next season, because we saw under Jurgen Klopp the progression. Year in, year out, we saw Liverpool go from a team that was around 7th, 8th. Then we were, a team that, challenging for top 4. And then we could become that team that, got to 97, Champions League, 99 points, obviously went on to win the league. And that's what you want to see from Arne. So again, if it happens quicker, then brilliant. But that third year, like again, first year, again, we expect top 4 and maybe a cup. The second year, then it's the progression up. If we start to see a decline around that second, third, then you have to ask questions. But it depends on that as well, because again, we don't know. Look at Arsenal over the last couple of years, where 4 years ago, would you say Arsenal would be challenging and getting 80 odd points? No, I don't think anyone would. We don't know what teams will, come up. Again, you'll have different teams breaking through, like a Villa or Newcastle or somebody like that. Even, it could even be a Crystal Palace, that next season, because they've been excellent under their new manager. Mateta scored 13 goals, I think, this season in the end. That's a outrageous amount of goals for a player. I think he only scored 2 in the Roy Hodgson era at Palace as well. So again, really, really good from him in that as well. But yeah, cheers will do. So I think Arne Slot will become the greatest football manager.
Never know. Hopefully,
I hope so as well. But if anyone's
I like positivity there, I love it.
Yeah, if anyone's just popping in, again, we'll go through the news. Of course, You can read that from Paul Joyce as well. Same from David Lynch, confirming that he will start on June the 1st as well. Lewis Steele confirming the amount that Liverpool would pay towards Vinod, saying that Liverpool confirmed the worst kept secret in football. Arne Slot will become the new head coach of Liverpool, believed to be until 2027. Package to Vinod could rise to 9.4 million, comes after through recruitment process that's started in November. Obviously, full story on the Mail as well. Anyway, but again, 9.4 million for what seems to be the whole backroom team as well is pretty good going, considering other managers out there going for 20 million euros in that regard as well.
Yeah. To talk about what Klopp said yesterday as well, we all see in the interview at the end. Even Klopp mentioned, and it was very telling, that he mentioned that the quality on the market as well. I think we've done countless shows in the build-up last couple of months as well. We all know that the quality out there wasn't the best, but I think if we are getting the best of the rest as well, certainly by all accounts highly regarded within football. I think he would have been high on the list for Bayern Munich, high on the list of Barcelona as well. And I think that the fact that we've got this over the line as quickly as we have over the last couple of months, as I said, internally, this deal's probably been done a lot more sooner than the media very much let on over the last couple of months anyway. But yeah, it's because
look at the betting odds. The betting odds were massively in favour for Ruben Amorim, and by all the information that we've received today, Ruben Amorim wasn't in the last candidates for Liverpool at all.
It's all about like media. We know the game. We're in it. We do YouTube videos as well. It's the name of the game, really. To very much talk about it as well. Would he have liked Amorim? Maybe, yeah. But I think Arne Slot, when you look and analyse his game, you can understand exactly why Liverpool have went out and got him.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, Doug. Did you see who was talking to Bayern? Thomas Frank. Yes, it is between, I believe, Thomas Frank and Vincent Kompany for the Bayern Munich job, which I don't think anyone would have said that a couple of months ago. But
I'd be absolutely made up for Thomas Frank because he'd be getting a big opportunity, one of the biggest football clubs in world football. Not many, if he is to become that. But Bayern at the minute, I honestly hope that Thomas Frank does stay at Brentford.
Do we think it's a little bit of a stopgap for Bayern? Because we if all those reports were true about their number one aim was Alonso, could they go and get a manager for 12 months and then go, right, we're going to go full in for Alonso again in 2025?
It's given why all the managers turn them down, lad. I think the main issue, Bayern, I think even Bayern fans will admit and have admitted over the last couple of weeks, is the hierarchy of the football club. When you've got legends and like ex-players absolutely slagging off every manager that you've got coming into the football club, it sounds like fans, every football fan in world football, regardless of your club, have opinions. But when you've got like the whole like people that run the football club at Bayern, like doing it on an absolute weekly basis, it's such a toxic environment for any coach to come in. I think Tuchel, he's probably underperformed, but let's not forget he nearly took them to a Champions League final like this season, and like on another university might have won it this season, and he still, I think Tuchel, judging from his comments, still would have walked anyway. So hence why all the managers that are turning them down. But it's a difficult job, mate. And I think that and the Barcelona job, it's the factories in football in which they do run. It's like a bit like Liverpool as well. Hence why I think Liverpool have gone with a bit more of a different approach in terms of our recruitment. But we've got one of the best young up-and-coming managers in world football. So we've got our...
Can we all like take a moment to like get on like what Barcelona are doing at the moment as well?
It's a disgrace. Like for what Xavi has done for our football club after all those years, you'd think they'd have a bit more patience with him. Yes, it's been a disappointing season.
It's not even that. They convinced him or tried to convince him for months to stay. He's then said, I'm going to stay. And then because he's come out and criticized Barcelona in terms of their financial, what they are doing at the minute financially behind the scenes, then the Barcelona owner or president in Laporte is like, okay, I want you gone from the football club. Like, you've tried to convince him for the last 3 months to stay.
It's part of that game in Spanish football, mate. We know obviously their market and obviously the other Spanish outlets, the Real Madrid and Barca newspapers. It's regardless if you're a player or a coach. And for me, if I'm a Barcelona fan, like Xavi won the league. It's not like he's not won the league there already. And it's probably one of the most difficult jobs, judging from the expectations from the fans. But it's all about like the presidents, and it's a bit like Bayern Munich as well. Like people, it's a soap opera for them. It's a popularity contest, really. It's a bit mad how certain clubs in Europe do function like that. Obviously, Bayern and Barca are two of the biggest for that as well. But yeah, it's hence why I think Jurgen Klopp will certainly not be going anywhere near Barcelona or Bayern Munich for that matter, really, in a couple of years. So yeah, you might approach him. You won't get him.
Let's say no. Yeah, absolutely. Doug saying I agree. Love Thomas Frank. What he is doing at Brentford, and also said Jack Barcelona are a disgrace. One thing I will ask chat, because I had a lot of people yesterday asking me this. Do you think Jurgen will come back into club football, or do you think it's obviously the big rumor is that he'll go to Germany at some point in his career? But do you think Liverpool is his last ever football club? Because a lot of people were, very interested in that yesterday and saying again that they see him at a Spanish club or a potential back to a German club. Where are you on that? Do you think he would come back to club football?
I mean, he was to come, and I think judging from his comments the last couple of months, he will eventually come back, but not as a head coach or a manager, really. I think it will be as a technical director or someone running the top of a football club, really. Or someone in the background, really. He's such an intelligent man, Jurgen. He's such an intelligent man. He can go into any job, even a bricklayer, a plumber, a football manager, a coach, as football and director. He'd be probably the best bricklayer you'd ever know, because it take time, and it's how he does everything as a man, really. Everything that makes him the person he is. He's relentless, really, and he gives absolutely everything to any job role. He will certainly enjoy the new mansion that he's built in Spain. I think it is where he has done, and rightly so, Jurgen. You deserve it, lads. Have a good year or 2 years off. You deserve it. Spend it with your family as well, for everything that he's been through over the last 2 years as well. It's been a difficult period for Jurgen, so he deserves it. And even if he is to retire, he's won the Champions League, he's won the Bundesliga title, he's won the Premier League title. Go off and just, because he's just give absolutely everything in the last 9 years, and you can certainly judge him from yesterday's interview as well. I don't think he'll be disappointed to be moving away from Liverpool, or just football in general, because it does grind you down, really grind you down as well. Like this, especially running Liverpool, but any football club for that matter. Just mentioned Bayern and Barcelona. It's I don't know how Pep Guardiola does it. I know obviously we're spending all that money regardless as well, but just
completing at a psychopath.
He's one of the best football managers that's ever graced football, Pep Guardiola. And even he says and we can appreciate quality as well. I think it was watching Graham Souness as well. Even he was speaking about Manchester City this week, and he was saying you can still appreciate what they do as a football club in terms of a footballing sense and how relentless, because having all the money in world football doesn't necessarily guarantee your success. Chelsea and other clubs out there as well. But Jurgen, enjoy your time off, lad.
Yeah,
we know we will.
Absolutely. As next up, I can see him as a president at Dortmund or Mainz. Yeah, I think if he was to come back in some capacity, I think, as Jack said, it won't be as a manager. I think I said yesterday in the post-match that for me, if he is to come back as a manager in some capacity, it would be the German national team, because again, there's a lot less on the schedule. But
meet up once every 3 months, don't you? So
but if it was anything else, then I do think it would be just something behind the scenes, where again he hasn't got to be in day to day, and we'll just only have to appear now and again. Because like he said yesterday in the farewell speech and after, he said again he has to find something to occupy himself in the time, which again obviously he'll do that with a lot of ball race, hopefully.
Yeah, he's been a pundit in the past as well, so he might do a bit of punditry.
Well, the Euros is in Germany this summer, so
he'll certainly be getting a lot of offers if he needs a bit more money in his kitty, his savings. If he wants to build another new house as well. But yeah, he'll certainly be getting left. But I think he will just enjoy. He'll probably be there in the stadium, though, and chat. Jürgen will be there as a fan. He's a fan of the football German national side. He'll be the biggest supporter out there as well. So yeah, it'd be just amazing to see. I'm hoping we do see pictures of him in the German. I was going to say German away end, but they're playing at home, so it'll be in the stadium anyway. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm just happy for him because yesterday was difficult for everyone, really. But it was just get him to rest up really and enjoy what he rightfully so deserves, time off.
Yeah, no, 100%. I would agree with you on that anyway. But we are going to leave it there for tonight, guys. Anyway, big thank you to everyone for tuning in as well. Of course, we now know Arne Slot is officially the new head coach of Liverpool Football Club. Of course, there will be plenty of videos going on in the summer talking about what's next in terms of the squad, in terms of signings, all that good stuff this summer. Of course, obviously big summer as well in terms of football, obviously Euros and Copa America going as well. But as far as that, we know that again, Arne Slot's first Liverpool game will be against Real Betis in pre-season in, I think, New York, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is in America. Which would be good for the amazing American Reds out there as well. But,
yeah, exciting times. But
happy days.
Again, yeah, exactly. But again, if you're new around here, head over to Anfield Road TV as well. Go and subscribe over there if you're not already, and all that good stuff as well. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments about Arne Slot being appointed as the new Liverpool head coach as well. But tomorrow's show will be Premier League. We're going to do Premier League review show, talk about overall all the Premier League for this season. That'll be tomorrow's episode. Will be a bit later than tonight's, but still, again, make sure you follow us on Twitter, all the other socials as well, and you'll find out when we're live. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it from us. I've been Connor from the Cop Council. See you guys tomorrow. Ta-ra.